Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to the Skeptical Hippo Podcast, episode 12. My name is Frankie Caputo, and today is you would think that with the amount of times that I do this, I would just like know what the date is. Like I would have like my phone with me or something. Fuck. What today's Thursday? Thursday. What the fuck is the date? May. I know that. Okay, Thursday, May 26th, motherfucker. That's right. It was all a gag. I knew what it was the whole time. I I'm intelligent. I'm fucking hyper right now. I'm very hyper. I have to calm down. I'm working on it. I have to breathe. I'm not on drugs. Uh, I didn't even drink. I didn't drink coffee today. I drink coffee every fucking day. I didn't drink coffee today, and I'm extremely hyper and aggressive. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Maybe just me not drinking coffee. Dude, I don't know. I don't know fucking science. I don't know why I'm hyper. I'm not. I'm not even like necessarily curious either. I'm just hyper. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna calm down. Like it feels like I just drank 3 cups of coffee. I've taken the only substance I've had all day is water, and I ate 6 eggs. Maybe the eggs made me hyper. Jesus. Okay. Okay. So I have a story about something that happened yesterday that I am going to share now, and it's a little embarrassing, but I'm just gonna get on with it now. Okay, so I got scammed yesterday, or maybe it wasn't a scam. I'll let you guys determine what the fuck it was. So I woke up yesterday at 7 a.m. and I first of all my phone should have been on airplane mode, but it wasn't. So I woke up and I saw a text message from somebody that I had known in the past, and the message pretty much. I wish I had my phone on me right now so I could read exactly what it says. But the message was pretty much, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but we used to work out together a couple years ago, and I'm in a really bad spot right now. If you could, I would really appreciate it if you could help me out with $50. And when I saw this thing first thing in the morning, so I was like, I'm not even gonna pay any attention to this right now. I'm just gonna go get on with my day, and I'll check back in on this later. So a few hours pass, and I guess it's probably noon time at this point. And I open up my messages. And I'm like, okay, let me go investigate and see what's going on here. Um, and pretty much at this point, I was like, I'm not gonna give him the money because I can barely afford to do that. But I like to be good to people, and I want to treat everybody as if they were my brother, my sister. In Buddha, like this book, Awakening the Buddhist Heart, the author was talking about treating everybody as if they were God, and just being good to people. And so I was like, okay, let me listen to him. Let me hear his story. Let me have him explain to me um, what kind of situation he's in. And by the way, just some background. I guess I could have done this better, but some background. So this is a kid in my old apartment complex. I used to go to the gym pretty much every day. And I saw this kid working out one day, and he was doing pretty much everything incorrectly. Like he was doing the machines wrong, and he was doing biceps and then hitting the bench press right after, and then doing the leg press. And so very unorganized in the gym and just doing things in the wrong order and not using the shit right. So I went up to him and I pretty much trained him, and I told him how to hit the machines right, and what machine works out what part, what exercise works out what part. I taught him how to work out pulling motions with pulling motions and pushing motions with pushing motions, and just kind of taught him what to do if you want mass versus what to do if you want to get toned, all that shit. And I had like a long session with him, and we trained for maybe like an hour and a half, and we might have done it one more time after that, but I know that we exchanged contact information, and I kept in touch with him. And he was 13 at the time, and he was bigger than me, so a big guy, and he was in middle school. I definitely didn't think he was 13, but he told me that he was about to get into high school and shit. Um, he didn't look young, but he seemed a little young when I was talking to him. So I just wanted to help him out there, and you know uh, be helpful. And he had told me that his sister was living in my apartment complex, and she was he was living with his sister and that his parents were in the Bahamas. So I just wanted to be helpful. Anyway, we exchanged contact information, and then we spoke back and forth once or twice over the last year and a half or so. And, you know, it was pretty much just me checking in on him, making sure that he was okay, asking if he was still working out, yada, yada, things like that. So about a year and a half passes, and so it's yesterday morning. So I wake up and I get this message from him. And he, you know, pretty much he's just saying, I don't know if you remember from the gym. And I was like, yeah, of course I remember. So me trying to be a good person, I'm like, let me at least hear him out. Let me hear what he has to say. And so I get him on the phone, and he tells me that him and his sister got evicted from the apartment, and that they are currently living in a hotel. And when they're not in the hotel, they're living in his sister's car. And like, that's a shitty situation. And I actually forgot how old he was, but he reminded me, you know, he's 15 now. Because I asked him, I was like, do you guys have a job? He said that his sister had a job, but he was currently unemployed. And that's when he said he was unemployed. I asked him, you know, like, why don't you have a job? He said, I'm 15. I could only work at, you know, either Publix or a fast food restaurant, something like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, like, this is a really shitty situation. And if I could be of any help here, without, you know, without harming myself, I would love to help. So I was like, what can I do to help this kid out? And I was like, first of all, like, I could give him $50. I can afford to give somebody $50, especially if, you know, they're in such a bad situation. He's such a young kid. And yeah, 50, and especially I'm about to sign this contract for the Dancing Eyes podcast. And this is such an exciting thing for me. And, you know, I'm getting some money here, and I could certainly, you know, with the money that I'm getting, I could definitely help this kid out. And so he can pay for food, you know, like, this kid's going hungry. So I tell him, yeah, I'm going to give you $50. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to get you a job at Publix. And he said, okay. So I asked him for a Zelle. He didn't have a bank account, so we couldn't do Zelle. And we ended up going through Facebook, and I sent him $50, and Facebook fucking fucked up, I'm telling you, because this thing, like, the app froze or it glitched, and it didn't look like the money went through. And all the money was still in my bank account. It would just completely look like nothing went through. So I was like, okay, let me, you know, get this kid the money. So I went to go do it. And then when I press confirm, you know, it goes, and then I see that I sent him $50 twice. And I was like, shit, I didn't mean to send him $50 twice. So I asked him to send me, to accept the first payment and decline the second payment. And how did it go? Pretty much with Facebook, it takes a few minutes for the payment to pend so that the recipient can either accept or decline the money. So, and his phone was also running out of battery at this time. So I was like, by the way, we're having connection problems the whole fucking time. This hotel had shitty internet service. Just, we were on and off the phone for a couple hours here, just talking. And I'm like, so, okay, while this money is pending here, I'm gonna go give Publix a call, because he told me that he can get a ride to work. He could take the bus or whatnot. I was like, okay. So I called a Publix that I used to work at, right on Davie Road, actually. Right on Davie Road. I gave them a call. I asked for the manager, and I spoke to the manager, the manager of the whole store. And I said, hey man, I used to work at this store for over a year, and I'm still working at Publix. I just got transferred over to a Georgia store. And I told him, I know this kid who's in a really bad predicament. He needs some help here. He is living in and out of hotels, in and out of his sister's car. His parents are in the Bahamas, and they're not helping him financially. And he could really use a job. And I gave the manager his name, and the manager said, I got you. I'll be here all night. I'm closing, and when he comes in, we'll talk. And I said, sweet. So I call the kid back, and I tell him that he's got a gig. All he has to do is walk into the store and get the job, and he pretty much has it. So, he thanks me. And so back to the $100 here. I'm still waiting for the $50 back. And at this point, it's still pending. And then to me, it feels like he's starting to play a little stupid here. Like he's not, like to me, I feel like the money should have been finished pending by this point, and he just wasn't sending the money back. And at this point, it was almost 5 p.m. So I had to go into Publix. I had to go take care of my stuff. So I was like, okay, dude. He told me he was going to go to Publix at 6 and talk to the manager. So I was like, okay, dude, let me know how this goes. And I'll, after you go into Publix, hit me up and let's talk. And I'm looking forward to knowing how that goes. And when you can get me that money back, give me that money back. So I'm over at Publix doing my thing, working in the bakery or whatever. And it's about 7 p.m. at this point. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't heard anything back from him. I'm going to go message him and see how the interview went and if that money's in my account by now. And by the way, this whole time, like, you guys might just listening, you might think like, oh, I'm so naive. I'm so stupid for even thinking, for sending him my money here. I was skeptical the whole time. It's just, I really gave him the benefit of the doubt. And I just thought that, people are good and I should trust people. So, like, stupid me. But anyway, it was 7 p.m. and I went to go open up my phone to go message him on Facebook, and it said that this account is not available. So the kid fucking blocked me on Facebook. And instantly when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I should have known. Like, I should have seen this one coming. Like, it's my fault here. I should have seen this coming. And I was like, okay, well, I also messaged him on WhatsApp. Let me see if his WhatsApp is still available. Nope. Blocked me on WhatsApp too. So yeah, this kid took $100 from me. I'm, it's my fault. Seriously, like yeah. I just like, I have faith in people. I don't know. I think that people are generally good, and I just want to treat people how I would want to be treated. And, just, it makes me think about this Kendrick Lamar song, How Much a Dollar Cost. And that's a great song. So you guys should check that shit out for sure. But, it's pretty much, it makes me think about that song and being generous and helping people out when they really need help. And I thought, the $50, and you might be saying right now, Frankie, why do you give him the $50 instead of just being like, here's a job? Because I could have just done that, and that would have been probably made a lot more sense. And I consider that. And the reason I gave him the $50 is because I was like, if even when he gets this job at Publix, it's still going to take a couple of weeks for him to get his first paycheck, and this kid's going to need food. I don't want him to be hungry. So hopefully this would be able to help him out with some food, So I was like, I could afford to give him $50, gave him $50, and then I got him the job. Obviously, he didn't go to Publix. Like, he didn't take me up on that. But I thought that getting him the job would be very beneficial because there's a sustainable source of income. And yeah, so just I thought that, if this kid was serious and he was really down and he really needed help here, then this $50 and getting him this job would really be beneficial to him. And unfortunately, I don't know exactly what his situation is. Maybe he's still in a bad situation, but all I know is he didn't send me that money back, and he blocked me. If I'm going to assume, I'm going to assume that he never showed up to Publix, never showed up for the job. So, yeah, no, it's a shame. It's a shame. He's also so young too, so he's really like just making some life choices here that are really not going to be helpful for him in the future, and it's a shame. I wish that he had the right people around to maybe influence him in a better direction. And I like to be that person for people, and I was trying to be that person for him when we were working out in the gym a couple years ago. And, I've been nothing but nice to this kid, and it's a shame. I pity him, like I'm not like, I feel a little bad for myself that I even did this. By the way, I submitted a claim with Wells Fargo, so hopefully I can get my money back because I would like to get that money back. But I feel, bad for him that he thinks that doing this kind of stuff is okay, and there's nobody around him that's a better fucking source of wisdom for him, and that this is what he's resorted to. But yeah, that's my story. I mean, this shit just happened yesterday of me getting quote unquote scammed, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know if it's a scam, but all I know is I lost $100, and I put myself out for this kid, and he just completely blocked me, and then just was shitty as hell to me. So yeah, I think that's the episode for the day. That was my intent. My intention was just to talk about this for the day. I'm actually going to record another episode later in the evening with one of my coworkers, Eric, and maybe I'll even post that today. Maybe we'll have 2 episodes today. But yeah, shout out to anybody who listened to this Skeptical Hippo Podcast, episode 12. Fuck yeah, we're doing it. Okay.